Hello everybody and welcome to Stitch with Me. You might be looking at this canvas and saying, Sarah, I thought you were working on European Town. And I was, but I am no longer because I got this Snowbirds one that I reviewed the other day, and it was just so enjoyable. I started stitching the bird because I wanted to see how clear he was, because with 35 colors I was a little concerned that the bird wouldn't be clear enough. And I started stitching the bird, and I think based on all of the confetti and the colors that I already have down that he's actually going to be very clear. I'll show you from the back. And yes, I am wearing my pajama bottoms still. So you can see how much I've gotten done there. And then I moved to doing some of this just color blocking up here. I've been sewing method this one, stitching in hand using the sewing method, and the feel of this canvas is so nice. It is so soft that I've just been really enjoying it. So I have been working on European Town. I completely finished the first frame, and I am going to insert the clip when I thought that that was what I was going to do for the stitch along. So I'll insert that clip right here, and then we'll come back. All right, I have finished the first frame of European Town. And this one is from count of 800 to 900. And I just want to give you a nice close-up view of all my work. This was so much work. It really was. Look at how great the person with the dog looks. I've seen a few people complete this, and it calls for the dog's tail to be in like a very light brown color, and I didn't like that, so I just added the tail in black. And that's pretty much the only change I made. Other than that, anything that's not the same as the pattern was a mistake. I think it looks fantastic. I love the way that that house just pops off the canvas, and all of the back stitching makes it look so amazing. I think this here is supposed to be more of like a pond. If you look at it further away, it looks more like a pond. Okay, never mind all this crud on my floor. I love it. And I have like feelings about switching to the next frame. Like, I'm excited to switch to the next, but I'm not sure how all that empty, unfinished space is gonna feel. So I think I'm just gonna admire this for a little while before I switch it over. Okay, so as you can see, the European Town, oh, now this is the problem with sewing method. Every once in a while, I end up with the stitch going the wrong way. So I'm just gonna go underneath for this one. So for people who do stitch in hand more often than this is the first time, or sorry, the sewing method. For people who do the sewing method, what is your trick if you're going in the other direction? Because if I start on the left-hand side, I can very easily stitch in hand by just doing each stitch up, down, up, down, up, down, and then I go back the other way, up, down, up, down, up, down. If I start from the right and I'm going this way, I have to go like this, which is much less comfortable. I've been trying to figure out if there's a way to keep my hand upright and still just go from the bottom to the top like this, from going in the other direction or going in a random direction. Maybe that's just the way it is. Maybe you just have to go in a random direction. But if anybody knows if there's an easier way to tackle like awkward sections, let me know. Like this one right here, this one's not as bad because I know how to deal with these now. I go this way, and then I can start here, but I'm gonna have to complete that last stitch. Anyways, anything if maybe on your own channel, if you are, if you have a channel, you maybe have a discussion of how to do the sewing method. I guess I could just look it up on YouTube right now. This is the first time I've ever really done it with any intention. Okay, this one is gonna work because I can start from that side. It's all very random when it ends up working with the sewing method. So I hope everyone is doing really well. I just went back to work after the vacation, the Christmas vacation. As you may remember, I work at the university, so we get a week off, or about a week and a half off around Christmas and New Year's. It was very relaxing, but I was very sick the whole time. I got that stupid virus, you know, the one. I've heard that YouTube doesn't like if you say the name of that virus, so I'm just gonna not say the name. And it was really bad. It's the first time I've ever gotten it, and I was out for like, I don't know. I felt better after about 4 days. I started feeling better, but I did not feel myself for like 2 weeks. So, you know, it was nice to have a relaxing time off, but at the same time, I was pretty miserable for most of it. And I was doing stitching. I still made a few videos for this channel. I also have a reading channel. So I made a few videos for both channels, but I had, you know, a little congestion still. So it was probably not as nice to listen to me. I still have a little bit of congestion, but I think this is actually just my allergies. I have weird allergies that show up at the strangest time of year. Like middle of winter is a very odd time to have allergies. I think I might be allergic to something in my house, like dust or something. All right, so I want to just finish off this one thread, and then I am going to go back to stitching the bird. So I'm going to start up the next row. I have, so I've posted the review for this canvas and the little tiny canvas that I'm doing the Learn to Cross Stitch with. That series of videos will be out soon. I want to get a little bit more of the project finished before I post it. I think that video is probably gonna appeal more to people who don't really know my channel because they don't cross stitch. Although if you joined my channel because you are a diamond painter, because I did a lot of diamond painting and paint by number at the beginning, and you've never cross stitched, I think that would be a fun video for you to do. If you pick up that canvas, you can do the exact same canvas with me. I am going to probably film doing the entire thing, although I will probably post like sped up video of it if I do end up filming the entire thing. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna do that yet, so we will see. How is the weather where you are? We have some snow now, which we didn't even have over Christmas. So I live in southwestern Ontario, and we had, on Christmas Day, my husband and I took our bikes out. I was feeling well enough for an easy bike ride. We took our bikes out and rode around the city because it was something like 12 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know, like 50 or something Fahrenheit. I could be totally off on that calculation. But anyways, it was nice enough to go on a bike ride. The sun was coming out. There were all sorts of people on the trail. It was so odd passing people on the trail and being like, Merry Christmas. It seemed wrong. One year, well, a few years, but the first year we went to the Caribbean around Christmas time, it was such a bizarre experience seeing like palm trees and Christmas decorations at the same time. Now, we've been a few times since around that time of year, and it's not quite as strange to me now, but being a born and raised Canadian, but about, I don't know, 9 out of 10 of our Christmases have a lot of snow, if not on the day, certainly on the days surrounding Christmas. Where are you guys from? I know some of the people who watch my videos are from Canada. Thank you, Canadians, for subscribing. I love that. I love people from everywhere, but there's something about having a community of people from your home country that's kind of fun when it's not just the US where there's 300 million people. So seems like everybody is from the US. I think the US is probably the most populated English-speaking country, which is why American YouTubers kind of dominate. There's just more of you guys. So it's fun to see some Canadian ones. So yeah, what I wanted to know is, where are you from? And what kind of weather did you have on Christmas Day? That would be fun for me to know. It's too bad that this isn't live, so I can't react right away. But here's my reaction for you. Oh my gosh, you're from blank? That is so cool. Because I guarantee you, wherever you're from, I think it's cool. And I wonder if I've been there. Let me just show you what it looks like outside today. Oh, I think I can aim the camera. It's on a stand, so there's your kind of view of outside. Sorry, the camera will not move in that direction very well. It is Saturday, and I will probably try to post this just later today so that we can stitch along together on a Saturday. I am really, whoops, I've got to readjust my camera. I'm really happy to be doing this new canvas. I understand why people make a lot of switches and have a lot of work in progress, especially when you are doing something as big as European Town. So I spent almost a whole month just doing that, and I was doing it like I would get home from work, I would pick up my European Town, I would go, you know, do my fitness class, I'd come back, I would do European Town. Weekend, I'd wake up, I'd do European Town. I'd go out, do the shopping that I had to do, come back, do European Town. Like, that's a lot of European Town. It's a lot of looking at the same colors. I also know exactly what it is going to turn out to look like because I've seen lots of other people working on that canvas. So it's not a surprise when, you know, like when the person walking the dog showed up, I was like, okay, yeah, but I already knew exactly what that was going to look like. So it's great. Obviously, I was having a really good time. I'm not saying I didn't like doing it. I was having a really good time. But having this new canvas to work on, I'm really excited about it. And also, you're doing a European town and getting so much of it done made me realize that these bigger canvases aren't as scary as I thought they were, because I had been sticking to much smaller canvases with more like cutesy images. And I think it's pretty neat to do something a little bit more realistic, like the bird. I'm gonna get set up with another color and then start the video again. All right, I've started in on this nice blue color in the bird, and it's like this really, I don't even know what kind of blue you would call that. A dark icy blue. A dark slate blue, I guess. What a pretty color. There's not very many of these triangles. They look a lot like the circles. So, triangle, triangle, circle, circle. Just making life a little bit more difficult for us, thanks to the people who chart these. I'm going to try and make sure that this stays in focus, even though you have my big hand coming in and out of the frame. I'm just going to do a few more minutes of this, and then I'll say goodbye, because I think I have to find a better sort of filming setup for doing this close-up work. If it's in a frame, I think it's a little easier to keep it still, to make sure that it's in frame. Not that you need to see this close-up, especially like looking at my dry hands. My hands do get very dry this time of year. Oh, sorry for the shaking. My cat just jumped up on the table that the camera is on. Oh my gosh, and now she's walking around. Let me zoom out so that you don't get sick. Okay, Gretel, can you get off there, please? No, she says no. Okay, I have removed her. Oh. I removed her from the table and then she jumped right back up. All right, I think that this is a sign that it is time to say goodbye. We'll just have a quick non-shaky look at where we are with the bird. So this is his head, this is his big fat belly, that's his tail coming out. So he's actually quite a large bird. All right, everyone, have a really great rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.